get into the Queens?
I was just an official member. I guess we had a meeting once, and we all decided what roles we were going to play. I was the warlord. There was like 2 warlords, and I believe it was me and Connie. Okay. Yeah, we were the warlords, and there was a treasurer and the president, this and that.
What does a warlord do?
Well, a warlord usually starts the fights, or whenever there was a fight, they were the first ones to be out there, you know. I mean, because I guess she looked at me and Connie as tough, you know. I guess we resembled toughness or something, you know. So the warlords just made sure that, you know, we were the ones that started it, or first ones that said anything, if we ever started it, you know.
How did you feel about being one?
It didn't bother me at all, you know. I didn't see myself just going up to somebody starting a fight, because I guess fights usually, I don't think we really started fights. I think fights came to us just simply because we had name and we titled ourselves.
Why did you join in the first place?
Out of boredom, really. Because I didn't, you know, it wasn't that.
You really didn't have nothing to do?
I mean, I could have hung out. If I hadn't hung out with them, it's just like hanging out with somebody else, a different group of people. Like Carmela and them, I guess this is pretty much why we had 2 different groups, because I hung out with the people that hung out there, and they hung out with other people, you know. And I fit in with both groups, you know. It's like Sandra, you know, she was in the Gents, and she was my cousin. We were good friends, and we hang out together. You know, that didn't break up anything, because she was a Gent and I was a Queen. You know, so it was pretty much the group of people that you were hanging with. And I didn't retire to hang with them group of people, and I hung with them for a long time. We were different people that were in the Gents. And so it's pretty much wanting to be hanging with somebody else. So to me, it's like hanging out. You know? It wasn't so much fights and representing. It was like, it was just mostly fun. I mean, we went and met dudes, we partied all the time, we got high and shit. It was pretty much fun thing.
And why did you join? Because, well, if I didn't have nothing to do, when I first moved over here, you know, I didn't know it was a gang. I didn't even know about the Queens and nothing like that. And then like a couple of days later, my sister came up to me and she said, well, she was in the Queens. And so then like her cousin, Sandra, and I had new Sandra and my other cousin. And she asked me, she said, well, do you want to be in the Gents? You know? So then we sat down and we after a while, and I said, well, what's it our job? You know? And so then she laid it on. And so then it took me a couple of days to think about it. And so then I decided to start getting bored around here. And so then I said, well, shit, I got to get up and do something. So I got up and I decided
So you decided to join, right?
Yeah.
What? Did you get into some fights?
One, a Wilson girl. That was it.
Why did it start?
We was up at this guy's house. We was getting some placidos. And so she said Queens suck something. And I just said Queens run it. And she said Wilson runs it. I said step outside then. Then we got to the corner and we started fighting. And Rosie and Connie stood on the other side.
Did you win that fight?
I can't really say. I don't know who won it.
Did you get hurt?
No, just a bloody nose.
Yeah. I ain't never lost no fight yet.
What kinds of things did you do to people in your fights?
Or either I bit them, or I knocked them in the head with a brick or a rock or so forth. Something like that.
Did anybody get seriously hurt?
Sure they did. In order to fight and survive, you gotta get seriously hurt.
But you never got hurt?
But I ain't never got hurt because usually I know what was coming up toward me. You know, I knew what was coming toward me, and so I was ready for everything. Whatever came to me, I was ready for it.
Do you feel like you fought about important things? Was it important to you at that time when you were having a fight to win it?
Oh yeah, if you didn't win it, you got talked about. And I don't like to get talked about.
How'd you learn to fight?
Okay, I was raised in Cabrini. In order to survive down there, you had to fight. And I fought almost every day. If it wasn't with, from the time I was small. No, if it wasn't with the kids, it was either with the grown-ups. Until I got to, well, my mother really didn't like to fight that much. Oh, she had a couple of hits in there. But she usually didn't let us hit grown-ups back. But it just got so they just take advantage of you and stuff and expect your mother to get you every time, you know, you do something and they run and say, well, your daughter did this, now I want you to hit her. And so then it was up to when I was big enough to hit them back. She just said, well, they hit you, just hit them back. And that's just what I did.
Wasting away, people living from day to day. It's a challenge, just staying alive. 'Cause in the ghetto, only the strong survive.
Did you have any ceremonies or poems?
Oh, you mean sing? Did you? We did.
Say something.
Mary knows a lot of them. Let's see. I'm a rock, I'm a stone, I'm a queen of the bone. We have no pity. Oh, when I die, place 2 shotguns across my chest and tell her, Queens, I did my best. And then listen, we have no pity in Latin Queen City. And,
Queens to the bone, never turn stone.
yeah.
Queens to the heart, never fall apart.
You know,
What was in it for you to be in the game?
Simply because mostly I like the way most of the girls handle themselves. And I like to fight. And since probably most of my relatives, you know. And what I feel about it now is not as strong as it was before. Simply because I can sit down and I can talk to the girls that say, well, I see how I feel. You know, they'll look at themselves by looking at other games and see how they used to be. And they say, well, boy, I used to act like that. I say, yeah. I say, do you see that you're growing up and you got to break out of that? I mean, when you're growing up and you don't break out of it, there must be something wrong.
Why did you decide to quit the Queens?
because I was looking for betterness in myself. You know, I saw something better in me than just running around hanging out and doing nothing. You know, I mean, like I could get a job and I could look for things in myself that I'd never looked for before, you know, just finding out more about myself as a person.